This is KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank.
What is happening, everybody? Wake up. It's time to talk soccer with the Teal Boys. It's currently on No Other Pod here on KC Sports Network. I'm Daniel Kooser, here with Christopher Wright. Christopher, hello, my friend. You start going by Christopher. It sounds professional as fuck. What's going on, bro?
I mean, hey, man, living life. An exciting game on Saturday.
Yeah,
we'll hop into. But other than that, man, times are good.
Yeah, we had a little KC Current After Dark, our first version there. Nothing like getting home late, and then I had to get up super early and get the wife onto the airport. So it was a weekend, my friend. There was a nap in my life on Sunday.
Dude, can we just quickly talk about if you stay up late, how much that wrecks your body the following day?
Unless you're like 20 years old, right?
Okay, yeah, you know what? Unless you're 20, yeah, but
different.
At this point in time, if I'm up at 1 a.m. in the morning, like the next morning is gone.
Bro.
I'm worthless.
Sometimes it's like, if I'm not in bed by 10 and I know I'm getting up at like 6 to work out, I'm like, oh boy, we got to fall asleep soon, folks.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a hell of a time. It's nice to have a sleep schedule, though. It's healthy for you. You know, keeps your skin looking nice. You worried about your skin these days? Because I take care of the skin, man. Hydration Nation.
Do you have a skincare regimen?
No, I just do a regular face wash and a shower. But I have that. I think I mentioned once I have a little ice roller that I'll roll in certain parts of my face. It's in the freezer. It's very cold, but it works. It's good stuff.
I'm gonna have to depend on filters for the rest of my life, like all these fancy Instagram filters or whatnot.
I'll send you the ice roller that I got from Amazon. It's actually pretty sweet, man. You might actually use it. It's great. It's a nice little wake up in the morning, you know?
Okay. Yeah, send it to me.
So, dude, there was a game. There was a game Saturday, and we were out there full force. This game kicked off at 8:30, and I knew it was going to be a late night. I was ready for it, staying positive. We're playing Louisville, which I believe you had prefaced that it was going to be they're a tough team and that they won't, their record does not really reflect the type of team that they are. So I do want to talk about this game in its entirety because we got a barn burner, dude. If you were a casual fan, you got 6 goals traded back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. And that's a fun freaking game to just watch if you're just a fan of the league. But dude, we had a special episode drop. I hope you guys listen to it. If you don't, I don't know how you're getting your podcast. Like, it should have just came right to your device, right? If you subscribe and download and all that. We spoke to Izzy Rodriguez on Friday, man. That was so fun. Did you have a good time?
Oh, I had a blast. What a fun person, man. She was open from the beginning, just ready to kind of have some fun with us, and it was a great time.
It seemed like it. Like, the interview starts going, and she's like, okay, basic soccer stuff. And then towards the end, like, you can kind of see her opening up a little bit, having a good time. We always get these great players on, man. I have yet to have one I've yet to have a woman on this show that's just closed off, that just doesn't want to, give a lot. They're very open. They want to, I don't know. I've always wanted this podcast to be fun for us. And if it's not fun for them, that's not fun for us. So I thought it was great. Did you like my superlative section? The old, I gave her 10 questions, superlatives.
I'm not gonna lie. When we had our questions we had listed down. When I saw that, I was like, what is that? Like, I never knew what what a superlative was. Like, I don't know why I just didn't know that, but I had no idea. So when I saw that, I was like, you kick off this segment. I'm not gonna butcher that.
They do it in like yearbooks and stuff, like most likely to succeed, most likely to go to Hollywood, whatever. I know Jimmy Fallon does it a lot too, in a very funny segment. He'll have like Super Bowl superlatives and like take players' pictures and say something about them or whatever. Most likely to steal your lunch money or something like that. It's kind of fun. I don't know. We might keep that around. Throw some fun things out there throughout this pod.
And I will say, typically when we do these interviews, for the most part, they're pretty media trained, right? They know how they're going to answer the question. They might have had it before a couple times. But once you get into the fun questions, I think their personalities really kind of come out and they just open up. and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I also imagine that the head of media relations, Danny Welniak, is in the room, or at least someone on her team is in the room, right? Just kind of making sure we don't cross a line, making sure a player doesn't say something,
protecting their player, which makes sense, par for the course.
Making sure like something off base doesn't get said. You know what I mean? Very high level interview. Have fun. Don't be crass or rude. So. Crass. That's a fun word. Never use that word. Might start. So yeah, man, that was fun. I always love when we can have someone on, and Izzy's someone we touted for a few years now, getting playing time, or we thought maybe she might not get the most playing time. But she's playing and she gets forward. And one thing I took away was like how she used to play a little more up the field back in like college and high school days, and had now transitioned back to the back line. Where have we heard that before? Ellie Wheeler, Graham Zusi on Sporting Kansas City. Like these forwards, they end up playing, and it's not, a lot of times it's an age thing. As people age, they kind of fall more back, don't play that forward role. They transition to defender, but these women are young as hell. They clearly just have that acumen to transition to defense, but still be on the outside and have that ability to get forward. And I think that's one of the most versatile positions.
Well, that, and when you have a player who, is as good as Izzy is, I'm sure they often, good players, typically start in the attack, right? Like all the best players when you're young, they play on, they score goals. They have the ball at their feet all the time. They're just used to making plays. And as time goes on, not every player should be playing up all the time. You kind of find out what your particular skill set is, and hers is at left back or left wing or like a wing back. But I think there's a general theme of the outside backs of our team with just getting up. Mace is another one. Haley Mace is another one.
Yeah.
Played in the midfield, played as a left wing at North Carolina. And then now she shifted back. She's right back or left back. So, I think that's a theme with our team. And it's certainly a lot of fun to watch our players get up and be a part of the attack and have a lot of success doing so.
Certainly is. A lot of fun. But I feel like whenever we have someone on and when we're done, I'm like, dude, do you do this? I'm always like, man, I should have said this. Or I wish I would have asked that. I think of I think of dozens of things.
I just have a bunch of things I was like, why didn't I ask this? I could have, you know what I mean?
It's not a regret. Like, I don't regret what I did ask or didn't ask, but I'm just like, oh, I should have said that. Or, I should have, but I don't know. We were fun. We were adorable. We had a good time. It was great. So
great time.
And it was interesting. We always shoot them like a list of a couple players we'd be interested in, and they keep their players booked and busy, man. Whether it's like doing stuff in the community, going on stuff like this, and we're just two fans who have been growing a pod for, god damn, dude, going on 7 years? No shit, 8. Wait, yeah, 7 years. That's crazy. Can you believe that?
Yeah, you and Jimmy put in a lot of work before I came along, so
it was weird.
You guys built the whole foundation. I just came right in.
We came from small stacks, man. We things were weird in the start, but like, yeah, you've been here for going on 2 years now. So coming up will be your first full season, or this will be your second full season.
Second,
yeah, that's dope. Cool. Well, we're going to talk about this NWSL After Dark match, but we got to get our break out of the way. So hold tight. We'll be right back.
We appreciate you supporting KC Sports Network by listening to our podcast. You have helped us become the highest-ranked Chiefs podcast network in 2022 and 2023. And don't forget about our daily Substack newsletter, the best written analysis you can find on the Chiefs straight to your inbox every day. kcsn.substack.com.
We are back. Thanks for being here, you guys. Man, oh man, I don't want to acknowledge it, but if you hear a little dog barking in the background, it's because my wife's out of town, so she can't wrangle. And I have landscapers in the back that are blasting some fun music and working on some stuff. So I'm not going to acknowledge it, but If you hear it, do not be mad. It shouldn't be bad. I closed the door, but he's being a dick, so we'll see. You know Splinter. Splinter's a dick, man.
He's an adorable little guy.
Oh, God. Get off it. Dude, we get to CPKC Stadium, man. I'm back in the seats. We talked about how I had that little upgrade, but I'm back in our situation. Took a friend who had never been to a women. No, actually, I take that back. He'd never been to CPKC Stadium. He has attended a KC Current game at Children's Mercy Park before, I think just once. But anytime we can kind of share the love, man, and have someone come experience this stadium, I got to talk to him on the way home. He rode up with us, and I was like, what do you think? And he's like, man, that atmosphere was electric. The play on the field was just exciting. The goals were bangers. Pretty good first game for a guy to go to, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I don't know how, like, that was such an incredible atmosphere. Like, right out the get-go, I think we had a shot on goal or something, and the whole crowd erupted. Like, everybody was animated. Everybody was screaming. Nothing, I mean, that's a tough environment to beat, men or women's soccer, right? It just is. And, I'm glad that there's this atmosphere, game in and game out, that this is what the players, have to feed them. Yeah, he got a good one. He got a really good one.
I'm not a fan of, I don't like being in second place right now. What'd you say?
That ref.
The ref got some, we'll get into that, right? It wasn't very consistent. I think his watch was maybe broken. I don't know what happened there. But there are some storylines here, man, that Chawinga was doing Chawinga things. And by that, I mean dribbling with their head down and taking a shot on goal. But, like, dude, they keep triple teaming this woman. And in theory, how come when she gets triple teamed that she's not able to pass it off to someone who is open? I'll tell you why. Because she keeps outrunning her teammates. It's wild. Like, her teammates have got to keep up. And I think easier said than done, right?
Yeah, when that counter happens, it's very difficult to do a dead sprint to the far post to be there for a ball that she crosses through. It's a blessing and a curse. Her speed is, what a dream though for Vlatko to have a player that you have to have two defenders back there at all times. You just have to, because you boot the ball and it's a race. It's a foot race. And that's just having a Tyreek Hill deep threat every single play.
Exactly. I do want to. Oh my God, dude! This game kicked off somewhat early here with in the 19th minute, Emma Sears, which I'm going to argue was not a shot. This was not a shot. Shut your mouth if you're calling this a shot. Tell me. No, come on. She played it off like that was on purpose, because that's what you do. If you accidentally score a goal, you're like, meant to do that. And then you tell your best friend later, I didn't mean to do that. It's just, she sends this shot, and the wind kind of takes it a little bit, because it gets breezy down there by the river, and smelly too, by the way. That river is nasty. You smell it walking out to your car?
I can't smell. I have a bad sense of smell, so I cannot. What? I have a bad sense of smell. I can't smell.
You can't smell
very well.
Anything?
Yeah. I can smell things, but just if it's not a strong smell, I can't really smell it.
It was a strong smell. It was okay. Well, I got a super sniffer. I can smell all things. I mean, I will smell things, bro. I can smell anything from a mile away. It's weird. Am I an X-Man? I don't know. I'm not ruling it out.
That's for other people to decide, right?
That's for everyone to decide. It happens. But this was not a shot, in my opinion, and probably many others. But Branch gets a hand up, doesn't get to it, goes off the post, back in the back of the net. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm mad. It's the first time we've ever trailed at home. I don't like that. I didn't like feeling like that.
I didn't like that at all.
No. Dabinia was still rocking. I mean, she was, dude, we had 9 shots in the first half. So, I mean, this was not lack of effort for us. We were coming. Freaking Dabinia was in on the goalkeeper often, bro. Now, her and Chawinga are just kind of a big threat up there. And, Bia, not in the lineup. Don't know what's happening with her. We're a little worried. You don't want to rush her back, right?
Right. We're in no rush, but I'd love to have her. I mean,
Gabina's not a bad pair up there with Chwenga, I can tell you that. Do want to talk about how can you do VAR for a yellow card? Is that a thing?
I think so. I think what happened is I think they thought it might be an initial red from Izzy.
Okay.
And they went back and reviewed it, and it was just a yellow. So that's
not how it's supposed to work, though. You're supposed to get, if you think it's a yellow, you give a yellow. And then you're like, I'll go see if it's a red. And if it's not a red, you're like, okay, the yellow stands. Like, what? I didn't think you could do that. So it kind of pissed me off. This ref was wild.
I wonder if upstairs they saw something that was worthy of a review that the ref did not initially make a call on. And then upon review, it was a yellow. But what bothered me too was Fisher, by the way, for Louisville. I think she has the most fouls in the league against players. I think I saw that somewhere, which makes sense because when you watch her on the field, she's hacking everybody left and right. And she hacked low, and that should have been a quick and easy yellow. But the ref, I don't know if the ref saw it or not, but
bro, let's talk about it. The ref
frustrating.
Looks like he shouldn't be refereeing. He looked like a child, right? He should be delivering my Chili's to go order. Like, why is he even reffing a professional soccer game? All right, that came out of nowhere. That's a very funny thing I've ever said. I don't know why I said it.
I don't know, but yeah, I think there's a lot of, I mean, even on that PK that we got here shortly, he didn't call it in real time.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
I
bad.
thought it was a
PK,
poor.
It was worrisome for me. Like I'm literally watching it right now, actually. Izzy gets that ball. She kind of crosses it over. Cooper tips it out to DiBernardo. And I thought DiBernardo tripped over the ball. I thought it was a clean tackle, but it's really hard to see in real time.
In person, like when we watched it.
She gets her.
Yeah, she gets her.
Yeah.
No card, by the way, which she was on a
no card
point.
How is there no card?
She was on a yellow at that point.
So what? The nature of that foul is yellow worthy. You can't just be like, she's already on a yellow. I just can't do it to her. That's bullshit.
It wasn't like you tried to body a player for position and you fouled them. It was a clean kick to the side of the leg or foot.
Yes. This ref was scared, bro. Was scared to do anything game-changing like that. It's almost halftime, so they don't want to change the game. But, that's the rules. Play the rules. And DiBernardo, I was like, shit. I think she's
I
hurt.
thought she was hurt.
I was like, she might be out for a minute. Nope. Just turns out she's probably really sore Monday morning or Sunday morning.
Yeah, I think we were all holding our breath because from where we were looking, it looked bad. It looked really bad. Like she made no effort to get up. Nothing.
I love that it barely happens in the box too. Like she's right at the end of the box.
Yep.
It's fantastic. And then Chili's to go guy comes in, signals for the PK. There we go. Life is good. Look at this, man. Little baby handsome ref. Then of course Lowe steps up and just buries this thing in the upper left corner.
Does.
The goalkeeper was all over it though.
I think you might have got a finger on it. Like that was a good PK by Lowe. Because if that was any worse, you would have got that stop.
And then Lowe announces that she's pregnant, but wait? that celebration is reserved for people who are having a baby. Are you having a baby? Like, what was the purpose here?
Well, what's funny is Lowe tweeted later that Roger asked her if they were pregnant.
Yeah. Like, are you telling me something? Like,
is this an announcement?
Yeah. Are you stepping away from the team for this year? Like, it feels weird. She never explained it though. What was it for?
I don't know. I don't know.
That is so misleading. When I saw her do it.
She's usually very intentional with her celebrations too.
Yeah.
So that was kind of
that fucked my mind. I did not understand. But whatever, man. You think this keeper got a finger to this, huh?
It was really close. Like it was really.
It was. It's very close. Yeah. But hey, she puts it out of reach, man, and that's all you can do. Next goal, though, dude, comes 10 minutes into halftime. By the way, I just want to talk about how you're feeling at halftime because you're 1-1. Got to be feeling
better.
good, right?
Much better. And the fact that they scored off of a fluke, I mean, that's a fluke. I don't care. If we would have scored that, I probably would have called it a fluke. But
I would have celebrated and be like, she meant to do that.
Yeah. Ellie meant to do that, right?
Yeah.
But, it was a fluke thing one way or another. So to me, it felt like our goal was deserved. Their goal was not. We were playing better. I felt like we were the better team, the most dangerous team. Our defense was pretty solid. So I was feeling pretty confident. Man, at that point.
Second half starts up. It's 1-1. Things feel good, man. 10 minutes in, right on the stroke, a minute 55. We get our 13th different goal scorer of the season. Michelle Cooper, who we knew has the quality to score. Bro, she takes this pass from Dabinia, just takes one touch and lasers it into the left side netting between two defenders. Like, that's a shot you just turn and take. You do not think, you just do.
That was top 90 too. That was top 90. Nobody was going to stop that. But what I like, though, is Dabinia, in my head, when I was watching it in real time, I was like, take the shot, take the shot, take the shot. But she laid it. That was a very unselfish play for Dabinia.
Dude, I don't know how she squeezes it through those defenders. Just, they're right there, and there's no room for error. Like, it's going to hit a defender's, shoulder or something, and it just goes right through. Goalkeeper has no chance. Michelle is the most happy I've ever seen a human being in my life as she's running towards the sideline. Getting on the board like that, that's got to feel good. 2-1, KC Current.
Yeah, and for her, I bet that's like a personal redemption, right? Like, she was supposed to be the player for the team last year.
Yeah.
Right? Like, high draft pick, traded Lynn Williams. She was supposed to be the player outside of Dabinia. And, adjusting to the league is difficult. Got hurt, right? Wanted to help and contribute. Finally got her goal this year, man. That's probably why you saw the excitement just blasted all over her face.
It's beautiful. My favorite thing about a goal scored in soccer is the goal scorer running away from the teammates coming to celebrate with you. And it's just like, chase me.
Like, I don't know about you, but I've never played at the level to where, like, I had to chase a goal scorer on my own team.
Yeah,
if I have somebody who scores, I'm walking back to the line. Like, they can, you have that. I'm not going to follow you.
Bro, I've scored the most fantastic goals and just, like, walked away. And I'm like, am I just that badass? But I've never, I've never ran away from my team. That sounds fun. I did have a teammate jump on my back one time after I scored, and I was like, that seems a little excessive.
I was usually, like, playing defense. I'd, like, run up and give you a very subtle, like, good job. But,
I was like, look at you coming up to the congratulations.
As I'm back there, you probably don't see me celebrate because I celebrated pretty, enthusiastically. But as you're jogging back, I was like, good job.
That's my favorite thing, by the way, is when we score, I sometimes say, screw the goal scorer right now, and I'll look at Franch, and I watch her celebrating in the back. It's very lonely celebration because she has no one around her. She's like fist pumping. She'll start pumping up the crowd and stuff, and I'm like, that's the girl right there.
They don't go celebrate to Franch. I want to see a team go sliding into Franch there, and that's a long run. That's a long run.
Yeah, Franch belongs back there, man. She knows where she's supposed to be. It's 2-1 now, right? Michelle Cooper, first goal of the season for her, 13th goal scorer of 2024. It's awesome. I think 4 minutes later, it's 3-1, and I'm like, let's put this game out of reach. 3-1, baby. Chawinga finds the back of the net finally after knocking on the door all game. Offsides. God, you know how stupid. Have you ever felt more stupid in your life to celebrate a goal and you're too stuck in the celebration that you don't even look at the referee who's raising the offside flag? I forget, dude. I forget to look at the referee.
But you know what? When we watch sporting games, I'm usually the one who's like celebrating. I look over and I just see you just stone faced. I'm like,
relax.
Damn it. And then I look at the side ref and I'm like, okay. But this time I saw that flag come up and you were still celebrating. I was
jacked.
Yeah.
I just it's an electric environment, man. Everyone gets riled up. And sporting games, I'm like, nah, it's got to be offsides. We ain't scoring. What are we doing? That's got to be offsides.
It's like guilty until proven innocent, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Prince was off, though. Prince was off. Like, on replay, Nichelle Prince was off, though.
Yeah. AD French made a great save about 10 minutes after that from Savannah DeMello, who's just kind of a... Savannah DeMello is just kind of a pest. Have you noticed that? She's had our number last year a little bit, and I'm not a fan of that. But we'll get to her in a minute, actually, Savannah DeMello, who was a problem in these late stages of the game. But it's 2-1, dude. Our goal was called offsides. But corner kick comes, right? Corner kick comes, and you still get nervous on corner kicks, on set pieces in general?
Always.
I do.
Yeah. Especially with the current.
Well, this happened to be an own goal. Is that right? Is that what they're calling it?
I see FotMob has it credited to Abby Ursig, but when I watched it, it looked like it came off the back of the head of Balasager.
Balasager, yeah. How are you liking Balasager on defense like that? What have you seen in her play?
I mean, I don't know if people will agree or disagree, but I've actually liked what she's done. Ball, I felt like had some small errors when she came on. She had some bad back passes. She had some plays where she was kind of out physical this year. So I like what Stina has done. I mean, she looks comfortable back there. She's usually an asset in the air as opposed to a detriment. Stina does score headers for Denmark from time to time. So she is a threat there. But
scored a header here.
She scored a header here. And it was windy too. So, it's kind of hard to judge. I just hate giving up a set piece goal.
I hate it a lot. It just hurts, man. To see that both of these goals are fluky. They had 2 goals that are fluky. One that was not a goal. Shut up if you say it's a goal. It's cross. That the wind just carries in or it curves in, whatever. She hooked it, right? Or sliced it. And this headed into her own net, which, I mean, I'm sure she tried to clear it over the goal, but didn't work out. Whatever. It's now 2-2 again. We just keep trading goals, it seems, bro. One team goes up, the other team equalizes. Gabby Robinson says, hold on. 92nd minute. 8 minutes of stoppage time. I got to get a goal. She's like, I've been trying to get a goal all year. We talked about her being up there in the attack a little more, and it's like, whoa, you're a center back. Relax. But she gets this ball from Chawinga, dude, and she lets it run through, doesn't even take a touch, and just blasts it on the run. It takes a slight deflection, so it kind of loops over the keeper. I lost my mind. She lost her mind.
The crowd lost their mind.
It was a beautiful goal.
A very odd deflection and dip, by the way. That was almost just like it went up and then just dropped.
Yeah. I mean, soccer's crazy like that. I mean, if it takes some kind of deflection, it puts this weird spin on the ball, and I'm like, what are physics? Like, it is, sometimes it makes zero sense. And you just love the game. Anyone can beat anybody because shit's crazy. We get to the 95th minute, man. I don't know why we're not playing possession. I don't know why we're trying to go for 4 goals. Why are we not just passing the ball around, taking the ball to the side, playing complete possession? Because in the 95th minute, France has to make an amazing save.
That was a rocket by Turner, I believe.
Yeah. It was an incredible save, dude. It was her far left post. It was insane. I think, whatever. So 95th minute, you got 3 minutes left of stoppage time. We can do this. Well, wait a minute. How about Haley Mace go take a ridiculous shot down at the other end instead of playing possession? Just shoots it wide and gives the ball back to him. Why are we doing that? I gotta
think
say,
Chawinga did something like that as well. I think she had a...
We're getting hungry for a fourth goal, and I don't know why. Like, just hang on. Let the time go out. Then there's people down with injury, and like, oh my God, the referee's going to add more time. What are we doing? We had the 3 points here, bro. We were still top of the table because 103 minutes in, Savannah DeMello comes in and just breaks our hearts. Ties it up. Game over. I'm just like, what is your watch, referee? I don't know what's going on when this should have ended 5 minutes ago.
Well, to me, there's 3 parts of this equation. The first one is that drop ball should have been to Kansas City. The drop
ball. What the hell was that?
That should have been Kansas City's ball.
How come? Did anyone fight it? Did Vlatko yell at the ref?
I'm sure he was yelling, but the ref is going to do what the ref is going to do. The timing, I am irritated by it, but there are some people online who went back and actually did the math.
Sure,
and
I understand.
There was 13 minutes of there should it. You can justify 13 minutes of extra time, but what I will say is that it never really happens. Like, you can justify 13 minutes, so I'm not going to argue that number. What I will argue is that typically doesn't happen much or very often. Referees don't truly give back the extra time at the end of the second half. They truly don't go back and add time or as much time as what there should be. So I thought that was kind of odd. But at the end of the day, and Cooper said it in her post-game conference interview, that they needed to close out the game. Like, at the end of the day, Feist and Wheeler let DeMello just cut right through them without any... It was like they're afraid to play, to have any contact whatsoever, and they just kind of guided her into the middle of the field and to the top of the box. Like, foul. I mean, you don't want to foul, but stand in front, do something. Don't just... It was just soft defending that allowed one of the best players in the league to get a shot at the top of the box.
I'm pausing it here. Feist is just on the back foot. Like, she's beat, and you see her chest up high, hoofing it, dude. Like, she's like, I'm fucked. And then Ellie Wheeler's like, Feist is fucked. I gotta squeeze in. I gotta help out. Nothing. And then Balasager's like, okay, I guess I'll help. Slides to try to block it. Nothing. So we just made Savannah DeMello look like the best player in the league, dribbling through 2 defenders like that and a third one missing on the slide. She took it herself damn near from midfield, from a pass.
It was a great individual effort from Savannah. Like, sure. Can't take that away, but it just soft, bad defending. That's not how you close out a game.
Bro, this was our first non-win at home. It hurts. I hate it. I also hate that boos rain down at the end of a game. Like, the team knows it's not for them. And if any of y'all are listening, it's not for you. It's for the refs. I mean, they were walking off the field together. Probably had Secret Service detail on the way to their vehicles.
The huge ref you suck chance. Huge ref you suck chance.
At the end of the day, it's early on in the season. These kinds of things are going to happen. You're not going to be, you're not going to win every home game. That is wild.
Just a good team. Like, they're a solid team.
You said it last week. You said their record does not reflect their quality, and they come in and they have good quality. But 2 of those goals, man, were just shitty flukes.
It took 2 just fluke goals and just bad kind of half-assed defending. It's like that type of defending when you're kind of helping, but you're expecting somebody else to step up and really defend that play. Yeah, I just hope they learn from it, and Ellie she's a rookie, so she's going to take some lumps, but this goal, I don't know if I put it on her. I kind of put a little more on Feist, but between this one and then the Houston one, where it's that miscommunication. Yeah, at the end of the day, though, these are good learning opportunities.
I didn't love some of the subs that were made. I don't know what I would have done differently, but Feist coming in at the 94th minute. I mean, they're probably thinking like, cool, go in and play defense, close it out. It didn't happen. Wheeler coming in for Mace, I thought was a matter of time. I thought Haley Mace played not her best game.
She did not play her best game, and, she had a yellow in the 33rd, and then she had a foul that was, I don't know, had to be around like the 53rd minute or so, because I can't remember who she fouled, but she fouled somebody, and I was like, oh shit, that's a yellow. Like, she's already on a yellow. It looked really bad. The ref did not give her a yellow, thankfully, but I felt like it could have been justified if he had really wanted to. And then once that happened, you saw Ellie run right back to the bench. She was getting ready to come on. So
yeah,
it was not her best game.
I don't know if Sabina needed to be subbed out in the 78th. I mean, even if she stopped going forward as much, but Lavager coming in for her, it's not really a like-for-like substitution in my opinion, but what else are you going to do? I mean, who is a like-for-like substitution for Debinha?
Yeah, I don't know what Lavager does a lot of good things. I don't know if there's a position that she just is pigeonholed into.
Yeah. She's
played forward. She's kind of played a bit of a false nine, or more of an attacking midfield. I've seen her play left wing. She's a player who could come in and do really well at everything, but not necessarily great at anything. A good player to have on your team though. So I don't have that be misconstrued, but
I think that also one last substitution, Nichelle Prince got more time this game, came on for Vanessa DiBernardo, which my thought is at halftime, DiBernardo was there, coach probably comes over, trainer comes over, you good after that tackle, that she got in the box, and DiBernardo was probably like, I'm fucked up, but I can go a little longer, and they're like, cool, can you give us, 13 more minutes, and 15 more minutes, and they did, and then brought Nichelle Prince on for her. So that was my thought, because DiBernardo is usually in the game for the game, right? Usually plays the long haul. So to sub her out like that, I can only imagine it was like safety precautions, right?
Yeah. And I'm sure that, trying to get Nichelle up to speed as well. Like, this is a challenge that you have a lot of really good players on your team and you have a lot of really good depth. How do you manage that? You could justify putting some of these players out there for the full 90, but do you need to when you have a long season, you have a couple of summer tournaments, or summer games, if we're not fighting near the mid to bottom of the table, let's get some of our other players in and work on our depth.
I also think that, starting Cooper this game instead of Spanstra, that's always kind of fun, because I think Cooper and Spanstra are good buddies. We've spoken to Michelle on that, and why not try something different, right? Spanstra's been over there, putting a pretty solid season so far. Not really getting on the score sheet too much, but Michelle comes in and scores a goal. I'd say that experiment paid off.
Yeah, and Spanstra tends to play more on left wing. Cooper tends to play more of right, so I feel like Chewinga,
Debinha goes wherever. Yeah,
Debinha will go up top or drop back a little bit, but Chewinga can play anywhere, and as somebody who has that speed, who can just literally cross a field in like 3 seconds, it just makes a little more sense. But
at the end of the day, man, I'm not mad. It's early on in the season. It sucks the way things went. We still put in 3 goals, but we still let up 3 goals.
2 of them were kind of fluky.
It was it was like 90 degrees that day. Sun goes down, and it was kind of a nice 80. Pretty beautiful for people wearing scarves, right?
Yeah. And real quick, the XG for the Current was 2.2, and then for Louisville was 0.6.
That pisses me off, dude. That means they shouldn't have scored a single goal. Oh my God. Like, that's just, God help me. God.
Which is hard to like get mad at your defense to a degree, right? Like, cumulatively, it's hard to get mad at your defense because you gave up a 0.6, expected goals. But that fluke goal, that crappy header, that could have been because of the wind. I'm not trying to scapegoat it here, but it sucks that happened. And then that soft defense there at the end of the game, that's tough.
It hurts. Everyone that had a part in this draw they're gonna assess everything and be like, wow, if only I did this. Won't do that again. I got to be better. It is what it is. You shake it off because you're going to play this Utah Royals expansion team. And who's over there that was with us last year? Dafava
and Addison Merrick.
Yes. So old friend alert there. It's a 9:00 match, 9:00 Central. Looks like it's going to be on Ion Television and 38 The Spot. So you don't get 38 The Spot, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, can you get that on antenna?
Yep.
Cool. Very cool.
I mean, we stream it through Ion anyway, but yeah, if we had to.
Yeah. And then on Pluto TV and Tubi?
Yeah, it's all free.
Which one do you use?
So we use, actually through our cable, we have Ion, but I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough. Stop. I got it.
And then if I'm watching it to go, I think I have Pluto on my phone for it.
But listen to this guy. It sounds like he slipped the cable guy a 20 for like free cable over here.
No comment.
Dude, I'm excited for this game. It's an expansion team, kind of. I mean, we took their team and then they're like, we're still gonna have a team. So, they're not great. They're not doing the best. So we really ought to get a freaking road win here. Let's make up some points that we just gave up at home.
Yeah. So they are 1-1-8. So 8 total losses, not great. A negative goal difference of 13. The current
let's blast them.
Yeah. Let's do that.
What do we have?
Currently have a goal difference of plus 10. We have 22 points, and they have a total of 4.
Good.
So their last 5 games, they had 1 draw and 4 losses. So,
catching them at a great time.
I don't think that we, to be blunt, I don't think there is anything that should be a complete threat to us. Del Fava is playing really well on that team, but we should absolutely win this game.
Agreed, man. We'll see what happens. 9 p.m., late Saturday game. I don't know. I might be home by 10. I might have to catch the second half. We'll see. Tech week, baby. Tech week for my play.
Oh,
good times. Yeah.
Amy Rodriguez, who, if you're from Kansas City, you know about. She's the coach of the team, so she's going to want to come back. And what a better way for them or for her to turn it around by beating the number 2 team in her former team.
True.
If she can pull that off, I'm sure that Utah crowd would just go absolutely bananas.
Do not take this lightly.
So don't take it lightly. You can't take anything lightly right now. Even if we're second place, we can't drop the ball.
Yeah,
can't drop.
Agreed, man. I'm excited for this one. So one last little bit of news before we get out of here today. Claire Hutton, man, just a great player, gotten so many minutes this year, and it's just a force. And I got to say, by the way, we didn't even mention when Gabby Robinson scored this weekend. That's the 14th goal scorer in league history, 14th different goal scorer in a season, which ties the record. And I'm thinking, we're going to break that record. The season's not even half over. So that brings me to the holiday toast of the match. Out of our 3 goal scorers, who's it go to? Gabby Robinson?
Yeah, we'll go Gabby.
Gabby Robinson, holiday distillery toast of the match. Just a great goal, man. And she was so excited. She was over there dancing. Oh, bless you, child. I saw that.
Thank you. I had to get it real quick.
Anyway,
happy for Gabby, though, man. Like, that crowd absolutely lost their shit. When she scored in like the 92nd or 5th or whatever it was, lost their shit. So
outstanding. You love to see a defender do it. We're going to break
that record. She's been playing really well all year, and then a lot of people think she deserves some national team talk.
Hey, okay. What, second year in the league? Is that right?
Yeah.
Loves it.
Playing really well.
Someone who I did not think would play all that much. We've had a lot of those players who I didn't think would make huge impacts.
I mean, think about it. She came in, drafted, I believe it was second round. She came in and played with Croy Soto because Elizabeth Ball was hurt last year. Took her lumps, right? It was a tough year of defending for the Current. Just got better every single game, just day after day, just 1% better. Training camp this year comes along. We have Lauren, Balasager, Ball. I mean, a pretty stacked center back group there. And I mean, right now, she's our main center back. She beat out all of them in the eyes of the coaching staff. So the fact that,
Love it.
She beat out 2 national team defenders and then a NWSL veteran in Ball. Credit to her, man.
It's wonderful. Dude, which brings me to who I think could be the person to break that multiple goal scorer record at 15, because our season's not even halfway over. So it's like, we can do this. Claire Hutton, she's been crushing it, dude. She deserves a goal sometime. I just know it's coming. But named to the U20 U.S. Women's National Team for a pair of friendlies against Korea Republic. Obviously, I mean, this gal's been a stalwart in that U20 system. It's just great, man. She's one of the youngest players in the league, has started every match for us this season. I'm reading that she is second among all rookies in minutes played and chances created from open plays, and leads the league in tackles won.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Is that not great? I mean, a New York native, was with the U.S. U17s that won the 2022 CONCACAF Championship in Dominican Republic. It's just, this is exciting, man. And I don't, let's see, these games, Friday, May 31st and Monday, June 3rd. So kickoff at 5 p.m. for those games. Not sure about a stream or anything, but maybe it's somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. And by the way, it just kind of came out. Did you see that? I don't know how this happened, but Hanna Glass was called into the Swedish national team.
It's pretty weird.
This was right before we recorded here. I think it was about 20 minutes before we actually started to record, but I'm both a little bugged, but also happy. I'm happy because, good for her. It shows that she's progressing, but simultaneously, it's kind of like we've had her for almost 2 years now. Never got to see her play on the field.
Yeah.
But good for her. Happy for her. It clearly shows her health is trending in the right direction.
Agreed. Cool. Anything else on this beautiful day?
We play Utah. One big game to watch is the Orlando Pride, who are on an absolute tear. I think they have 6 consecutive wins or something like that. They play Portland Thorns. So if we get a win and Orlando loses, then we would be the last remaining undefeated team.
Yeah. It's it's us in Orlando right now. Washington Spirit knocking on the door. Got to keep moving, man. Got to keep getting points however you can. I think a big 3 this weekend on the road is marvelous. Goes a long way.
Yeah. Then we come back home after that and we play Seattle, who's 13th in the table, who is struggling. So we could really kind of redeem that road draw that Seattle was so happy to get.
Drop some goals on them like we know we can. So
hopefully we get Bia back. I don't know her health, but I'm just hoping we get back.
Holding on, keeping her out a little bit at the expense of re-aggravating an injury. I mean, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Keep her out as long as possible. So,
yep.
Cool. Well, all right. Thank you, folks, for being here on this wonderful Wednesday. Big game, big 3 road points coming at us. So, if you can, leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars on Spotify. You can email us, nootherpod@gmail.com. You can tweet at us, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21, at nootherpod. And we'll see you. Gosh, we'll see you next week. Hopefully having another victory pod. Going a week off with no. Actually, it's been a little bit with no victory. I'm not liking these draws. So let's get back. Let's get back to winning ways. So for Christopher Wright, I'm Daniel Kooser. We'll see you next time. Love you bunches.